Well, it's not just moral. The reason I objected to the Indian stand, and in particular the language that was used, when one country has clearly attacked another, to call upon both countries to de-escalate is the height of hypocrisy and weakness. I objected to all that because these are not just moral principles. These are actually principles in everyone's interest. What are these principles? Borders must be inviolate. State sovereignty must be respected. Disputes cannot be settled through the use of force. I mean, these are time-honored principles. They go back to Nehru's Panchsheel as far as Indian policy is concerned. And as far as India is concerned, we've actually upheld these principles for 75 years. Now, why is it that when Russia invades, suddenly these principles are quietly buried and we talk about, essentially we show understanding. We don't use the word Russia, we don't use the word invasion, we don't talk about violation. We basically say de-escalation, peace, negotiations. I mean, it's not that the Ukrainians indicated any unwillingness to negotiate, but they're being hammered. So, I mean, I think that, honestly, we didn't cover ourselves with glory at that time. And as far as the vote is concerned, you can even abstain if you must, but first in your speech, explain that you hold these principles to be sacrosanct and that you deplore the fact that Russia has done it. But for whatever ABC reason, you're abstaining on the resolution, but on the substance you're there. Here you've not even shown solidarity with the victim in either of your statements, as well as, of course, not on your vote.
I come back to my question, about, you said it's not just about being on the right side in terms of, morality, but also about strategic reasons, because China was supposed to be the world, was the enemy #1 in the last few years, isn't it? Where the world was concerned, and definitely a big problem for India, enemy #1. So you're saying that there will be consequences of this abstention, not just from the moral lens, but from the strategic lens?
That's right, because if we show that these principles don't matter to us, why should other countries have any sympathy for us when other people violate these principles? If China marches across our borders, if China violates our sovereignty, if China uses force to, let's take a chunk of Arunachal Pradesh that they want to take, where are we? We can turn around and a country like Ukraine can say, where were you when many European countries can say, where were you when the world needed you? You didn't care for these principles. Why do you expect us now to support you on these principles? So I think that if you're standing up for certain principles in international affairs, these principles apply all the time in all circumstances to all countries. Otherwise, they're not principles.